Hey guys, this is your math concepts video for the week. This covers lessons 152, 154, 155, 157, and 159. Alright, this first slide is new. It's talking about finding the perimeter of shapes. You have to find the area around a shape. What you have to do is you have to measure each side and then write down how much each side measures and then add them all up to find the total perimeter around. Alright, so I'm going to pretend, since we don't have a ruler, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to measure this top, just this first line, this top half, and I'm going to pretend that I got, you can do centimeters or inches, we'll do centimeters on this one, 3 centimeters, that line was 3 centimeters long when I measured it. Right, and with a square that we know every side is equal with a square. So then I'm going to pretend that I'm going to measure this side. If the top was 3 centimeters, then we would know that this would have to be 3 because all sides are equal. Then I'm going to pretend I'm going to measure this bottom side. That would also give me 3 centimeters. And then I'm going to pretend I'm going to measure this last side, and that would also be 3. Okay, and then all you have to do after that, after you measure all your sides, you add them all up. So 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, and then 9 plus 3 more is 12. So that total perimeter would be 12 centimeters. Alright, going over here, that was the square. All sides are equal, but with a rectangle, all sides are not equal. These two sides are equal, but then the top and bottom would be longer because with a rectangle, the top and the bottom side are a little bit longer than the sides. Alright, so let's pretend we're going to start with the top again. You would measure this. This time I'm going to do inches. So we'll say the top would be 6 inches. And then if we measured the side over here, this side is not as long as the top. So this side couldn't be 6. It would be probably around 3, about half of what the top was. So we'll say 3 inches. Then let's measure the bottom. The top is the same as the bottom, so the bottom would give us 6 inches. And then this side over here is the same length as the side that we've already measured, so we know that this side would also be 3, the shorter sides. Okay, and then all we would have to do would add them up. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 6 more is 15. 15 plus 3 more is 18. So we could say the total perimeter around the shape is 18 inches. All right, now there will be some problems that may give you a total perimeter, but it won't give you all the sides. So you have to kind of figure out what the sides would be. So if it said the total perimeter of this square is 20 inches, and it gave us one of the sides, we can find the other 3. So it says the total perimeter is 20 inches, and that one side right here is 5. If this one side is 5, that means every other side would equal 5 as well. So let's say 5 on the top, 5 on the side, 5 on the bottom. And then the way we found that it was 20 inches, 5 plus 5, these two sides would give us 10. 10 plus 5 more is 15. And 15 plus the last 5 would be 20. So 5 plus 5, 5 and 5. So all four sides equal 20. All right, this is something else that's new. It's adding 3-digit numbers. We've been doing double digits. Now we have to, we've moved to adding 3 digits. All right, so we're going to start like we always start. We have to start with our ones column, then go to our tens, and then we'll go to our hundreds. Our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. So 0 plus 6 gives us 6. 3 plus 5 gives us 8. And 1 plus 1 gives you 2. So our total answer would be 286. All right, starting with our ones, 4 plus 5 gives us 9. 6 plus 3 gives us 9. And 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So your total answer would be 399. All right, going to our next one. Starting with your ones column, 2 plus 4 is 6. 7 plus 1 is 8. And 1 plus 3 is 4. So your total answer would be 486. Now this is adding 3 numbers with carrying to the tens column. So a little more involved, but you're going to do it the same way. All right, so 7 plus 5 is 12. We can't put 12 down here. We can't put the 1 here and the 2 here and put 12. We have to keep the ones column with just the 2, because remember, we're talking about the number 12. The 2 is in the ones column, the 1 is in the tens column. That's why we put the 2 in the ones column, and then we carry it. We carry the 1 to that tens column because it has to stay in the right column. So put the 2 down here, carry the 1. We add that first. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 3 plus, because we have to add those, 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 5 is 8. And then we add the hundreds. 5 plus 3 is 8. So your final answer would be 882. All right, moving to the next one. Starting with the ones column, 3 plus 7 is 10. Put your 0 here, carry your 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, and then 5 plus 4 is 9. All right, and then you go to your hundreds. 1 plus 2 is 3. So your total answer would be 390. All right, so 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry your 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. Right, so that's with carrying to the tens. Now this is adding 3 digits with numbers carrying to the hundreds column. Again, we're going to do it the same way. So 0 plus 6 is 6. That's our ones column. Move to your tens. 8 plus 4 12. Then you carry your 1. And then 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. So your total answer would be 926. All right, 1's column, 3 plus 6 is 9. 7 plus 5 is 12. Alright, and then 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. Alright, 2 plus 2 is 4. Alright, 4 plus 7 is 12. It's 11, I'm sorry. Then 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 3 more is 9. Alright, the next slide is a word problem. It said Aunt Helen baked 3 dozen cookies. She baked 1 dozen peanut butter and 1 dozen chocolate chip cookies. The last batch she made was sugar cookies. How many sugar cookies did she bake? So we're talking about dozen. We have to know how many a dozen is. So if you remember back a few months ago, we talked about a dozen is 12. So if she baked 1 dozen peanut butter, that means we would have 12 peanut butter cookies. And then it said she baked 1 dozen chocolate chip cookies. That would be another 12 cookies. And then the last batch she made was sugar cookies. So that would also be 12. And then it said how many sugar cookies did she bake? That would be our 3 dozen. And then how many sugar cookies did she bake? It would be that she baked 12 sugar cookies. And remember, if 12 is a dozen, half a dozen is 6. Alright, here's a few more word problems. Cassie and Journey have a swimming lesson at 3:30. It takes 30 minutes to get to the pool. What time should they leave their house to arrive on time for their lesson? Alright, so if their swimming lesson begins at 3:30 and it takes 30 minutes to get there, so I will set my clock to 3:30. That's when they're supposed to be there. If it takes them 30 minutes to get there, what time do they need to leave their house? 30 minutes is half an hour. So all we have to do is take our clock and move it back 30 minutes. So if we're going backwards, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's our 30 minutes. So if the minute hand moved 30 minutes backwards, it would be 3 o'clock. So they would need to leave at 3 o'clock in order to get to the pool at 3:30, since it takes 30 minutes. All right, one more. The girls' swimming lesson takes an hour and a half. What time will they finish if they started practice at 4? Now we're going to pretend now that they're not going to start at 3:30. They're going to start at 4. Right, so if it takes an hour and a half hour, again, is that 30 minutes. That's half, because if we pretended that we cut this clock in half, I could put my line right from the 12 to the 6. We would have 1/2 of the clock here, 1/2 of the clock on this side. So in half hour is 30 minutes. 30 minutes this way and 30 minutes that way. All right, so the girl swimming lesson, if it would start at 4, I put my clock on 4. All right, and it takes an hour and a half. So first we're going to go the hour. So 1 hour from 4 all the way back around. 4 o'clock, 1 hour from 4 o'clock would be 5 o'clock. And then that 30 minutes or half hour later, it would be 5:30. So again, starts at 4, 1 hour would be 5 o'clock, and then that other half hour would be 30 minutes, 5:30. So they'll be finished at 5:30. All right, guys, that's all for this one. Again, please let me know if you have any questions or need any help with anything. There's also an oral part that you can look at to help with your workbook pages. I'm proud of you. Please keep working hard. We're almost done. We only have this week and next week for work, and then we'll have a break. I love y'all, miss y'all, and keep up the good work.